They call it the Gigabyte Gaming A16, and in this video, let's unbox it. Now, this is one of 3 Gigabyte laptops that I will be reviewing on my channel. This is Gigabyte's budget-friendly model, the A16, on sale right now at bestbuy.com for $829. Now, if you're curious about the exact pricing and availability when you're watching this video, because at the time of the recording, that was the price, you can head down in the description below, click those links. If you do make a purchase, I'll get a small commission, but at no extra cost to you. Now, what does this here laptop come with in regards to spec out? It comes with the Intel i7-13620H, 512 SSD, 16 gigs of RAM in the RTX 4050, has a 165 hertz refresh rate at 1920 by 1200. So not a bad spec for a laptop at such a good price. And you can even see the retail price is $879. One of the head-to-head reviews I will be conducting with this laptop is something like the MSI Cyborg, exact same specifications, though it's a 14-inch laptop and retail is, I think, just over $150 plus more than this device here. So they have a really great price point on the A16. Now let's go ahead, pull it out of the sleeve. Nice, simple Gigabyte logo there on the top. I love the iridescence that they have here for this logo inset. Looks really nice. And then, of course, you get the weight and thickness coming up on the screen right there. Now, another nice touch that I like about this laptop is they've got little design elements throughout the laptop's chassis. So if you can see there, it says gaming right here on the back. Flip the laptop over, gaming, Gigabyte. Little thoughtful, little design nudges. You have 2 fans, left and right. You have your speaker grills, left and right. And then, of course, I like the little turquoise feet on the bottom. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then even this one makes a 6th foot, dampens things on the device sitting on the table. All right, the next thing I want to take a look at, of course, is the ports. As you go up and look at the left side, we have our power adapter, network jack, HDMI, USB-A, USB-C. Flip it over, 2 USB-As and a headphone jack. So a good amount of port selection. I kind of wish they would have had an additional USB-C, but that's neither here nor there. Choices. That ultimately is up to the manufacturer. Now, as I'm looking at the actual chassis design and the way it's assembled, let's go back down to the bottom cover. You can see rounded edges. There's no sharp 90-degree angles. I think this was a great choice. I'm not fond of when brands do the nice rounded edges on the front, but then it comes to the back and they do this harsh 90-degree turn. It ends up making this sharp edge. Actually, one thing that stood out to me is the new Legion Pro 5 has that sort of 90-degree edge. And I just think it's not the best design choice. It risks the fact of like the laptop bumping on something, and those sharp edges have more of a chance to like chip or crack than these nice rounded edges do. They tend to absorb bumps and dings along the way more than those sharp 90-degree angles. Now, the next thing I want to take a look at is going to be the way the side panel comes into the top cover. And this will be even more noticeable when the bottom cover is removed. You'll see that these ports kind of hang off the top keyboard deck of the chassis because this splits right here, and that's how it comes apart. And so that's kind of an interesting choice. Rather than wrapping all the way down with the side panel or all the way up with the bottom cover, it meets right in the middle. It's kind of a classic Gigabyte design. They've done it for quite a few years now since I've been reviewing these devices. So just keep in mind, it's pretty unique to them. Okay, the next thing I want to do is open and close the lid with one hand. Opens and closes easily with one hand. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at that screen bounce. Has a bit of screen bounce, takes a moment to slow down, not too long, steadies pretty quickly. And then let's go ahead and check out the screen flex. Screen flex there, and then at the bottom as well. And I like how the hinges are set on top of the deck. Makes for good, secure hinges. Keeps them protected away from, again, any bumps or bruises that tend to happen as we are existing with our laptops. Now, let's go ahead and jump into powering the system on, taking a look at the panel. Notice that there is a webcam along the top bezel here. I'm going to give you a sample of that webcam so you can see and hear it for yourself. This is the webcam on the Gigabyte Gaming A16 and a little sample of the audio for you as well. Now, as the laptop's powering on, we do have this plastic bezel around the outside with a little rubberized finish here. There's a rubber, and then rubber on these spots. So those are the spots where the screen's actually going to make a connection with the keyboard deck. And also, you have a matte display. I absolutely love that they've chosen to go with a matte display over the glossy display. I'm a big fan of matte displays, and I'm very curious the color accuracy of this more affordable, budget-friendly device, if it will be as color accurate as its bigger brothers, which Gigabyte has been very famous of producing really nice color accurate Pantone validated displays in the past, but we'll see if that made it into their budget-friendly model. The full review will tell us when I benchmark the screen. Now going ahead and taking a look at the keyboard, looking down here, nice quiet keyboard, good snapback, no numpad, but full-size shift keys. Great touch from Gigabyte, and I like the large trackpad centered on the chassis. Great touch there as well. Sometimes they end up setting them to the left, and I personally don't like that as a right-handed user, and so I like the nice large trackpad. It has a very classic laptop click. See if I can give you a little sample of that. So not a dampened click, a very classic click, but not too loud. So very well done there on the trackpad. Now, another thing that I want to point out is the new GMATE. So this is their new command center. You can see once it gets loaded up here, we'll have 5 different modes to select from. You can dig into the system settings, you can customize the scenario, fan speed, network capabilities, all of that. But the mainstay here you can see is that we have the bounce mode that you can switch into 5 different modes. And so really nice touch updating the command center for these new models. Since I've been reviewing Gigabyte laptops, they've had an older command center, and this seems much more refined, much more user-friendly than the ones that I have seen in the past. And then, of course, we'll go to the scenario profile, and you can view more settings and things that you can edit there. Now, one other thing to notice about this model, because of it being the hinges on top of the keyboard deck, it allows it to fold flat. Some of the hinges that are on the other models, because they'll be hooked to the sides, rather than on top, is they only go to about a 45-degree angle. So a nice touch there as well. A little bit more flexibility for your viewing angle when it comes to the Gigabyte A16. Now, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead, pull the bottom cover off, check out the upgrade path. Once again, if you're curious about the exact pricing and availability, links will be in the description below. We have 2 RAM slots, 1 occupied, 1 unoccupied, and then we have 1 M.2 slot that is occupied with the drive that it ships with. We have a 76 watt-hour battery here in the device. You can see the fans and the heat pipes running through. More reviews coming your way of the Gigabyte Gaming A16. Thanks for watching this unboxing. Again, links are in the description below, and you can click or tap the screen here for more videos to help you through your buying decision. I'll see y'all here in the next one.